Now we are entering into a new topic that's called effects. You can add multiple effects in video to make it more beautiful. So in effects we are going to learn adding effects, adding transitions to your video. We already seen how we are going to add transitions, that's fade in and fade out effect in audio. The same thing that we are going to learn for video. Okay, hope you're ready. Now we are going to start with transitions. So what is transitions? Transitions replaces one shot with another one. So when one shot ends, another one replaces it. As a video working professional, you might be knowing different transitions that usually applies to the videos. Some of the common transitions are fades, cross transitions, cross dissolves, and wipes. We are going to see that in our video very soon. So let's see how you can add a default transitions in your project. So it's very easy. It's very easy with a keyboard shortcut. To add a default transition to any clip, the keyboard shortcut is Command T, T as in Tom. So what you need to do is you need to select a clip. First, I need to be sure that I am into select tool. So I just click on A. So my mouse pointer, as you see, it's in select tool, or you can take it from here, select. Okay, that's a tool that you need to be in. And then you can select a clip. So if you select this clip, you understood that the clip is selected completely. Now, if I add or press Command T, you notice that both the ends of this clip is filled with transition. Let's see, Command T. Now you see that there is a change in the clip. You see that a transition added over here at the beginning of the clip. At the same time, if you notice, there is a transition added at the end of the clip. So what's going to be the difference? So now if I play this clip, you can see that the end of the clip is now dissolving and the second clip is replaced over there. A smooth transition you can see. Let's see that. You see, a different clip is slowly came up by replacing at the end of my clip. But what happens without a transition? I'm going to do Command Z so you can see the difference. So this was a sudden change. Instead of that, you are going to add transition so that the viewers will get a smooth transition experience, so they will not get disturbed by the sudden change of the scene. So that's the use of the transition. So Command T is the keyboard shortcut. And you notice that when I press Command T, the audio is not affected. If the audio is detached from your video, the transition will not apply to the audio. But if it is not detached, the transition is going to apply to your audio. So keep that in your mind. Now, second scenario is if I wanted to add the transition only at the end of my clip, what do I need to do? I can just come here and click on this end portion so that you see the yellow border applies only to the end of my clip. Now if I press Command T, the transition applied only at the end of my clip. So this is also another way. If you wanted to add the transition only at beginning or at the end, select that portion and then hit Command T. And definitely you can manipulate or adjust this transition, and we're going to see that very soon. And you can copy this transition to other clips too. If you select this transition and then Command C for copying it, and if I wanted to paste it over here, I select at the end of this clip, okay, and then if I press Command V, notice that the transition comes over here. And another way is if you wanted to drag and drop it over here, you can do that. So it's all very easy. You can adjust or move or copy your transitions with normal controls. And next questions might be, can I increase the duration of these transitions? As you see, it's only a small duration. Basically, when you press Command T, it adds 1 second duration in the transition field. So this selected transition is of 1 second. How do you know that? You press Ctrl D, then you can see that the transition is of 1 second. Can you increase it? Of course you can. If I wanted to increase, just select the transition, and as I did, just press on Ctrl D and then enter the transition duration you want. I'm going to hit on 5 and then period 00, that adds 5 seconds. So I'm going to hit enter so that you see the duration increase to 5 seconds. Now you see the difference. And very slowly the first shot disappears and the new shots replaced at the end. So this is how you adjust the duration of the transition, and you can manually adjust it here with the slider. You see the slider over here, so you can see the time code also at the top. So you can adjust it either manually or just by pressing Ctrl D and enter your desired value. And of course you can set the default duration for any transition. For that you need to go to Final Cut Pro Preferences, and in edit you see the transition now set as 1 second. So if you wanted to change the default transition duration from 1 to your desired value, you can adjust it here. And as you know, this is not the only transition that you can add to your project. There are built-in transitions available in FCP. Where is that located? It's over here. So you come over here, below the viewer there is a button at the end of this controls. So this is called transition. So I'm going to click on this. So you get variety of transitions over here. So you can skim through each of this transition and understand how this is going to make a difference in your video. You can just skim now. Okay, this is a different transition. So a slide comes from left and goes to the right. So if I wanted to apply this transition at the end of this clip, I just need to select this transition and then just need to double click so that this transition will be replaced. Let's see that. I'm going to double click. Okay, now I just wanted to see how this is going to make. You see the difference? The second slide slowly comes from the left to the right. That's how the transition was. So same way you can just skim through many of the built-in transitions. Another example is this. You see there is a light yellowish color comes up and then it goes to blue. Suppose if I wanted to add this transition at the end of this clip, I just need to select it and then just double click on it so that the transition comes over here. Let's see that. You see the difference? So you can select and add multiple transitions and you can set it over here. And if you wanted to set a transition, the desired one as your default one, you can do that. You can just right click on it and then select make default. So when you press Command T, this will be the default one added to your entire project. And as for most of the settings, you can adjust your transition settings in the inspector window. So as you know, you just need to click on any transition, so you will get a properties in the inspector window. That's what it's shown here, and it purely depends upon the transition that you add. Okay, so now you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 controls, but if you select this transition, you have only 2 controls. So it purely depends upon the transition that you add, and you can adjust it. Now if I select this one, I have few adjustments here. So it says slide in, and if I wanted to change it to slide out, the change will be applied here. Okay, and if I wanted to change the direction from right to left, I can do that. So all those settings, minor changes can be done in your inspector.